привет и добро пожаловать на Путь к России. Я Sophie. I am going to introduce myself today. Hello, привет, здравствуйте, здравствуйте. That's a really hard one to say. So, I am going to tell you all about why I've chosen to learn Russian. So, first question. Why did I choose Russian? Okay, believe it or not, my very first crush was a Russian. I honestly, I could listen to him all day, all the time. He was just, honestly, anytime a Russian came up in films or anything else, I just completely fell in love with it. And it got to the point where I didn't want to just listen anymore. It wasn't enough. I wanted to understand it. So I set out to learn the language so that I could actually understand it. It's taken a long time, all grown up now, but you know, better late than never. And I'm a very quick learner, so I can do it. I'm confident in myself. I think Russian is the most beautiful language in the world. I love the words. I mean, молоко. It just feels so good to say it. Skushanka. It's absolutely stunning. Really is. And if I could only choose one language in the whole world to learn, it's going to be Russian, hands down. Yes, actually, if I'm putting the whole Russian crush thing to the side, I read about Miedvik. I heard about the famous burned honey smell. I heard that it's such a much loved cake, and I was longing to try it. But since I can't just pop off to Russia and pick one up, I decided to try to make one myself. So I looked it up, found a recipe online, did my attempt, and completely and utterly butchered it. It was not good. It was not good. There was no burnt honey smell. There was just nothing. I mean, it was a massive disappointment, and it kept like playing on my mind, and so I decided that I wanted to try again. And so I went directly to the source, did a whole ton of research. Turns out the person's recipe that I tried was not the authentic recipe, and they'd kind of put their own spin on it, which explained then why it didn't work. So I went and got the proper recipe. I spoke to somebody who was able to give me all of the secrets and the warnings of it, and talk me through it properly. So I tried again, and it was a roaring success, with a few mini disasters in there. But I'm not an amazing cook. But I completely fell in love with Miedvik. I'm not a fan of cake at all. No. But I am a fan of that. That was absolutely amazing. I would never go back to anything else. Not to mention the fact that I also went out and sourced proper buckwheat honey and had it delivered here, and I could never go back to the blended honey from the shops. Just, I knew that wasn't going to be enough to stop there, and I just kept going and going and going and going and going and going. So I decided to start learning the language, and it just kind of took off from there. What do I feel drawn to? I mean, the food is pretty amazing. I have a whole list of things. I figured if Miedvik is amazing, I'm going to be trying everything else. I'm going to be trying pryaniki, I'm going to try blini, I'm going to try borscht, which is going to be interesting. I've heard these things are really hard, but then I also heard that Miedvik was hard, and if I managed to successfully get the burned honey smell out of that, then I can absolutely do these as well. And the more words I know, the more I'm just falling in love with the language. It's just really, really beautiful. So before I started, I had heard a lot about Russian being a very, very difficult language to learn, that there was a lot to take in, and the Cyrillic was supposed to be very difficult to learn. But I spent a week on the Cyrillic and learned the whole thing, and now I can read any word, mostly. I don't always get the pronunciation right, but I know what the letters are, and actually I found it a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I am a very quick learner, so it wasn't too difficult. One of the reasons that I actually decided to do this on YouTube is because I want to connect with real Russian speakers, native speakers, fluent speakers, and there's no point in learning a language if you can never use it, right? And I want the chance to learn this, connect with you properly, and essentially have my pronunciation and my grammar and everything corrected, because if I don't get feedback on what it is that I'm learning, I'm never going to become fluent in it. I long to become fluent in it. Fluency is like my goal. And I'm also hoping to do a trip to Russia one day, which will be amazing. So what I would like you to do, please, is as I'm going through these videos, I'm going to start using the Russian that I know. So when I can say something in Russian, or when I think I can say something in Russian, I'm going to pop it in the video. But you guys have to help me to get this right. I need you to correct my pronunciation leading up to that. I need you to correct my grammar. I need you to help me to get it right so that I can become fluent in this gorgeous language as I'm exploring the culture and the food and the language and everything else. My goal for this year is, in a year's time from posting, my first video, I want to do another video, but all in Russian, completely Russian, no English at all. That's my goal. I know it's ambitious, and it's probably going to be like extra super simple because, I'll only have been doing it for a year, but it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Yeah, this is Pуть, this is my road to Russia. It's my road to building up to fluency, to learning the language, to learning about this incredible culture and these incredible foods, and one day, hopefully, be able to actually set foot on Russian soil myself. I want to smell the pines. I've heard that the air out there in winter is so cold, it's like breathing glass, and I'm longing to try that. I really want to go and have the experience of it and really be able to appreciate the culture in person. So in the meantime, I'm going to appreciate it as much as I can here. I'm going to learn as much as I can here. This is a channel specifically for appreciating the culture and learning about the beauty of Russia and the food and the language. I have no interest in any politics or any of that kind of stuff. This is purely me expressing my passion and wanting to share it with you and connect with you. I want to meet you, so pop down in the comments, say hi, please do subscribe and follow me on this journey. This is going to be an incredible journey. I am so looking forward to it. I'm very excited. It is very nice to meet you all. I can say this. Очень приятно. Очень приятно. I'll get better as time goes on. So, very nice to meet you. Спасибо за просмотр. I will